will tell you a story about a mother and her little boy who lived alone in a cabin in the dark woods. He was told never to go to the woods because there were wild animals. There was a monster in the woods, but the mother caught it and kept it locked in the basement. The monster always made scary noises at night, but the mother would tell the boy not to worry because it could never get out. Then she would sing the boy a lullaby to sleep. One day, the monster stopped growling and instead listened and learned the lullaby. The next day when mother went out to find food, the monster sang the lullaby from the basement. The little boy heard the lullaby and opened the door.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Fasa the Silver Chimera, and this is Ruin, the long-awaited DLC for Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. I think it's safe to say that the FNAF community was beyond excited about this. I know I was. So, how's the old pizzaplex looking these days? Oh, it's in ruin. Oh, that's why it's called Ruin. Clever. And look at that, everyone, it's the new protagonist. I know you can barely see her, but this is Cassie. Let's give her a warm round of applause because she's going to need all the support she can get after this. All we know is Gregory, the protagonist of Security Breach, sent Cassie an SOS saying that he's stuck in the pizzaplex. That doesn't really make any sense due to the fact that in all of the endings, Gregory and Freddy got away, but, maybe Gregory came back for some stupid-ass reason. Or shenanigans are afoot. But no time for logic. Let's run around this decrepit husk of a pizza place, shall we? I bet this place smells like meth and teen pregnancy. And it's dark. Not in a metaphorical sense. I mean, literally, it's dark. Luckily for us, this decapitated Statbot has a flashlight.
Existence is pain!
Thank you, Mr. Statbot. Now that we can see, let's get some pep in our step. Right off the bat, the atmosphere this time around is heavier. It's quiet and creepy. This place feels abandoned and forgotten. Graffiti is sprawled along the walls. You can see moving boxes and trash scattered about. The once golden statue of Freddy Fazbear has been torn down. Ugh, my heebies are becoming jeebies. So we're just going to ignore that obvious sign from God and keep moving. Okay, we're going to ignore the second omen from God and keep moving. Yeah, I saw it. I know, 3. Just ignore it. After we figure out where Gregory is, we start to climb a ladder. And do I hear 4? Well, there's no turning back now. We gotta do some vent crawling. And again, I want to highlight the atmosphere. This place doesn't feel safe. There are exposed wires sparking and the vent creaks and whines like at any moment the thing could just come crashing down. Yeah, kind of like that actually. After our little tumble, we find ourselves in the kitchen and it looks absolutely disgusting. Roaches, trash, and moldy food everywhere. Well, kind of like a real pizza place.
Chica? What happened to you?
Gregory happened. And this moment serves as a good indicator of how bad things have really gotten here. Just look at Chica. She's looking rough. She's broken and covered in, well, my best guess is probably moldy pizza cheese. Gross. After our little encounter of the bird kind, we venture further, and along the way, we find a
Faz-Wrench. It's just like my dad's.
Just like her dad's? So that means her dad worked for Phasma Entertainment. Oh.
Hello, Internet.
I can hear the lore community ravenously typing away as we speak.
Welcome to Game Theory.
So now that we have this little wrench thing, we can interact with panels like this. The goal of this little puzzle / mini game is to fill all the tubes to the blue part. It kind of reminds me of those puzzles in BioShock. You know, I didn't know how to feel about them at first, but I think they're pretty fun. It's never too difficult, but you still have to use your brain a little bit to figure them out. And, you know, it's kind of fun to quickly switch the dial back and forth to watch the tubes fill up. Once we get the door open, we continue our descent into hell via these stairs. Again, get me the fuck out of here. Right behind the door is the tunnel from Security Breach where Gregory gets chased by all the animatronics. But now everything is, well, it's in ruin. And that's something I really liked about the DLC. It's fun to see some of the locations from the base game, but all torn up.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for visiting, and we hope you enjoyed the show.
Once we get to this pipe, we get a nasty little surprise. That's right, everyone. That's just the opening. You know, on a personal note, I love when games do stuff like this. It just gets me really hyped up, you know? Good job, Stillwell. I think you nailed the opening. Now let's see what else you got.
Ow, my head. Where'd that freaking Monty thing go? I better find a way out before it comes back.
Luckily, Cassie survived the attempted drowning by Monty. And I gotta say, she's one tough kid. She just gets back up and marches forward. You gotta give her some points for that, right? My hate for your kind is eternal. Why do you have bunny ears? And, oh my god. Why do you have a Vanny mask? And that's not the mask she was wearing in Security Breach. That's the mask from Help Wanted, right? Am I crazy or is that not the same mask? So once we take the mask and Cassie comments on how surprisingly high-tech it is, the bunny bot just dies. And you know what? I kind of get it. Once we don the mask, everything turns purple.
Cool.
And we're greeted by Helpy. He explains that this is an augmented reality mask. To be more specific, this is a virtual augmented neural network integration unit, or VANI for short. The system detects a new user and prepares the occipital transponder. Helpy goes on to explain that with this mask, now we can shut off security nodes. And if you notice Helpy's eyes turn yellow and he's got some like purple veins popping out of the side of his head, should probably keep an eye out for that.
Ow! That hurts.
Speaking of eyes, Helpy, or whatever this thing is, just concluded implanting the occipital thingy. And Cassie's definitely got pink eye now. There's no way that was properly sanitized. But enough dilly-dallying. Back to it. Now that we have the mask, we can walk through certain objects. And that makes zero sense, but this is FNAF. Most things don't make sense. Oh no. Not you again.
Your soul is mine.
So you can turn them off when your mask is on? Well, that's kind of cool. The way their head drops is kind of disturbing and sad.
What's that?
Anyway,
supposed to be?
after a bit of walking and fiddling with the mask, we eventually happen upon a camera station. Once we take a gander at the screens, we see Monty scuttling across the frame. Luckily, we can use the intercom to distract Monty and pull him away from us so we can get by. And apparently, Helpy used a sample of Cassie's voice without her permission. And I'm getting that impending sense of dread in my stomach again. I need to relax. Ooh, there's an arcade cabinet. Let's play some golf. Fuck yeah. Who's your daddy? What was I talking about? Oh, right. After some more adventuring, we come across an electrically charged door and this floating rabbit head. We have to follow these red wires to a specific object and interact with it. Then we can interact with the floating rabbit head. In this little hacking puzzle, the goal is to connect the varying symbols. Simple enough, right? After connecting all the dots, we come across another rabbit head, and Helpy alerts us to an anomalous entity in the network. And I think I found it. So now that we have a blurple demon rabbit on our tail, we should probably get a move on. The longer we keep on the mask, the closer this thing gets. The good news is the rabbit can't outright kill us, but the bad news is it will send out a distress signal to any nearby animatronics and they can kill us. No pressure. After another rabbit head, the door opens up and Monty tries to kill us. On the way to the once electrically charged door, Gregory tells us to head to the daycare. And you can hear whispers of Gregory as well. I don't know why, and this isn't the only time they pop up either. I gotta give this game some credit. It is creeping me out. I want to go home. We make our way into a security office, hack the rabbit head, and then the blurple bunny shows up again. Sup? You're gonna be like this the whole game, aren't you? Great. Aw, look at him. He's kind of cute. You little bitch. Anyway, we make our way to a room with a camera station and a big-ass monitor. We're completely sealed in. Helpy chimes in and says we need to change our perspective. When we put on the mask and hop onto the cam station, we find an anomaly. Once we quarantine it, the monitor disappears. I know, FNAF is crazy, but I have no clue what's going on anymore. Even Cassie acknowledges the insanity of this situation. And then, Helpy tries gaslighting the poor girl, saying some bullshit like, everything is fine, you must be seeing things. Little bastard. And something tells me I won't know what's going on until someone reads a book or finds some lore. Ugh. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Let's just move on. Once we're done fucking with reality, we hop through a hole in the wall. And now we're in the daycare again. And trust me, I would rather be literally anywhere else. But we gotta find Gregory. And speak of the devil, Gregory hits us up and tells us we need to head to the daycare theater. As we make our way, we run into some weeping bots, and they seem to be deactivated. For now. And surprise! Moon survived. Of course Moon survived. And now he's our problem. But it seems there's a little ray of sunshine in there.
No, Fred! I am trapped in a nap! Reboot! We need to be whole!
You want me to reboot you? With this?
Lights on! Lights on! Turn generators on!
So we're stuck in a daycare with Moon and gotta turn the lights on. Again. At least there's only 2 generators this time. Yay. So after a couple of quarantine puzzles, we shine a pair of lights on Moon and stab him in the back of the head.
Happy birthday! Thank you!
You're welcome. Also, why did he say happy birthday? Is it Cassie's birthday? We should probably keep that in mind, huh? Anyway, now we gotta hack another rabbit head. Unfortunately, there are weeping bots everywhere, and they will turn on as you interact with all the objects. There is a saving grace, though. Kind of. When you have the mask on, the weeping bots won't see you and just wander around aimlessly. But the issue is, the longer you keep the mask on, Blurple Bunny shows up and eventually one of them will just kill you. Side note, the jump scare is kind of brutal. The Endo just picks Cassie up by the head and you can see her grabbing the bot's arm trying to defend herself. It's dark. And as a matter of fact, all the jump scares are a tad bit more gruesome, at least in their implication. Usually the animatronics just kind of pop out and that's it, game over, try again. After we get past all the child murdering endoskeletons, and you know, I just realized in FNAF that doesn't really narrow it down, does it? Well, after we get through the big door... Sup? Bro, I am so sick of you already. Once inside the theater, we see a video of Gregory being chased by Vanny.
Hey! She's wearing my mask.
Now, I'm gonna be honest, I have no clue what's going on, and it's been like that ever since I graduated high school, but I did notice the background looks nicer, cleaner. It looks how it did in Security Breach. You know, that's just food for thought. Also, I'd like to point out that when you take the mask off, you can see Jeremy kind of spray painted on the bottom corner. Again, I don't know, I'm just pointing stuff out and cracking jokes. Now, where was I? Oh, right, we gotta do another quarantine puzzle. Made all the more tense because Mr. Blurple won't stop watching me.
Ready or not, here I come, you can't hide.
Asshole. With the puzzle now complete, we summoned a gargantuan endoskeleton. We have to jump down its throat. Now that we're in the belly of the beast, it looks like we're trapped, but Helpy tells us to just take off the mask. Also, keep note that his eyes are yellow again. I'm telling you, something ain't right with that little bastard. We crawl through the vent, as one does, and it collapses. Again. We find ourselves in the middle of some kind of ride on Monty's Gator Golf. And you know what? I really like this part of the game. As you ride, you can see Monty's backstory. His humble beginnings as a one-man jug band. Aw, look at him, he's so adorable. You can see how he was inspired by Freddy and the gang, and one day, Bonnie handed him his bass, almost like a passing of the torch moment. Roxy even cut his hair into his stylish mohawk. And now he's on stage rocking out with the best of them. Such a beautiful tale of a simple gator's rise to fame and fortune. Oh, I can't wait for his biography later this year. Eat your heart out, Oppenheimer. You know, this part of the game was pretty cool, and it's definitely a taste of what I want more of from this series. Gotta give it up. Good job, Stillwool. That was a creative way to do some environmental storytelling. Oh, and before I forget, I think I heard around that this confirms that Monty didn't kill Bonnie because he looked up to him. And you know, I get that, but I just want to drop my 2 cents in to point this out. The whole backstory was made up by Faz Entertainment to explain why Monty replaced Bonnie. In my opinion, I think that the whole story is trying to make it look like Monty would never hurt Bonnie. But you know, hey, that's just my thoughts. Talk to me in the comment section below. Maybe you can teach me a thing or two. So once we're done taking a stroll through memory lane, Cassie almost dies again. And now we gotta do some hacking and stuff. While we're out here doing our thing, this white door appears, and once you step through...
Ugh, I'm gonna puke. How did I get over here?
Apparently, we can also teleport with the mask. This thing is OP as fuck. And there goes yellow-eyed Helpy gaslighting again. And after we find some more nodes and things of that nature, we find ourselves at another one of those white doors. And once we step inside, Blurple Bunny attacks us.
What happened to it?
Luckily, Helpy helps us out. Now with the area safe, we can finish up and get the hell out of here. We hop on the gondola and make our way deeper into this nightmare. Through some hallways and into a large room full of conveyor belts. And what I think are big ovens for pizza. Oh god, this is a Chica section, isn't it?
Chica?
Hello?
God damn it, here we go. We take the conveyor belt into the other room. Ugh, gross. We jump down and keep moving forward. After we encounter Chica's cupcake, we happen upon the Blurple Bunny once more. So it seems that this Donnie Darko ripoff set something up to jam our Vanny mask. Awesome. So now we gotta show off the jammer. On the way to it, we see Chica again.
Hello?
And we get attacked by a giant cupcake. You know, I don't think Cassie was prepared for today. So we get back on our feet, and then we catch Chica doing... well, doing whatever that is, I guess. Shh. Don't move. Her vision is based on pizza. Okay, I think we're good. Really, Chica? So we hop onto one of those fancy pants camera stations and lead Chica away from us. And we almost get away too, but Chica grabs us.
Ah, my wrist!
Thank God this place is in ruin. Oh, don't judge me. The joke was right there. All right, with the jammer shut off, we can get to work. Time to hack some rabbit heads. Gotta watch out for the junkies in this part of town, though. Once we're done with that, we find ourselves inside the Upper East server room. And this place is interesting. It's unlike any other environment in the game. Gigantic red pillars stand in the center of the room. The floor undulates, pulsing like a heartbeat. It's really unsettling. On the bright side, though, the Blurple Bunny can't get us in here.
Why can't I remove the mask? It's stuck to my head.
Dude, I know I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but that little munchkin is up to something. And how is it able to stop her from taking the mask off? Well, I can't wait for a book to tell me in 6 months. As we trailblaze through the Shadow Realm, we come across a room with a humongous red curtain and a waterfall. And I genuinely think this is one of the coolest looking parts of the game. It's kind of stunning in a way. And I feel that it's certainly unexpected for a game like this. You know, great job, Stillwool. But now that we're done sightseeing, we gotta do another quarantine game. After that, the bunny is back. Even though Helpy said we should be safe in here.
So that was a fucking lie.
In order to leave, we have to do another quarantine puzzle. But this time, Glitch Bitch is watching us.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
God, he is creepy. Let's move on, shall we? After some walking, we come across Roxy. She's sitting in a chair and chastising herself. And man, that's just relatable.
Roxy.
Cassie makes a noise and puts Roxy on her guard. Then, Gregory starts talking. Enraged, Roxy jumps through the door looking for the brat that took her eyes. We give chase to the hideous wolf robot until we hit a room with a rabbit head, which means we gotta do some hacking. And this part is particularly creepy. Each time you interact with one of the smaller nodes, the scenery changes. Like, when you find the first picture of Roxy, eyes show up all over the place, and you can't take the mask off again. The second node is a smaller mirror in between a couple of cutouts of Roxy and Cassie. Once again, you interact with it, and eyeballs show up everywhere. The third node is a giant pair of scissors, and next to it is a cutout of Cassie crying and Gregory trying to comfort her. Once you hit the node, missing posters of Gregory show up along the walls. When you hit the final node, which is this race car, Chica just walks into the bathroom and just sits there. You know, she probably OD'd. With all the nodes taken care of, we can hack the rabbit head and move on to the remains of what looks like an old attraction focused around Foxy, which is pretty interesting. It's like they built Roxy Wasteway over this. And I want to know what the hell happened to Foxy. As we wander ever onward, we climb down a ladder and run into Monty again.
Monty?
We have to jump along these floating platforms to avoid the watery grave Monty wants to put us in. Seriously, this is what, like the second time he's tried to drown this girl? With Monty breathing down our necks, we get this door open. And some wires must have been exposed under the water because this happens. Brutal. Anyway, after the light show, we get back to the raceway. We have to do another one of those bait the bot puzzles with Roxy. And after we lead her astray, we almost get run over. So that's great.
Give me back my eyes!
Ah! Let go! Let go!
I'm sorry.
That's rather interesting. Keep that in mind. Helpy informs us that we got 2 more places to hit up, Fazzer Blast and Bunny Bowl. So let's head to the bowling alley first. Man, these lanes have seen better days, that's for sure. Well, I'm pretty sure you know the whole song and dance at this point. Hack a rabbit head, blah, blah, blah. But, you want to know what makes this Ring of Hell extra horrifying? Not just one, but a legion of music men. And they're all torn up and misshapen. I don't even have arachnophobia, and these little abominations make my spine want to jump out of my body. The gimmick of this room is that you have to use the intercom on the camera station to move the hordes of music men away from the nodes that you have to interact with. This part was pretty tense. You need a lot of patience and planning. Any little slip up will lead to this. Yeah, that happened to me a lot. I'm sure most people probably got through this part just fine, but I've always had a hard time with levels that require slow, methodical play. So tell me how you fared in the comments below. After all the hacking and sneaking around, we make our way backstage, and there's just a Doctor Who portal in the wall. Once we're on the other side of the wormhole, we're greeted with a golden magical sword sticking out of a Princess Quest arcade cabinet, Vanny spray painted on the wall, and a visage of Glitchtrap. It's pretty neat, but like most things in this franchise, I can't tell if it's an Easter egg or a massive lore hint. We make our way through another vent and end up in Fazzer Blast. Second verse, same as the first, right? After the usual rabbit hacking, we rummage through the remains and find Freddy, or at least what's left of him.
Freddy! Freddy? Are you okay? Be functional.
Why is Freddy out here looking like Xing Chen from Smite? I thought that hatch was for oversized birthday cakes and piñatas. Also, a little side note, this is another jump scare that is just horrifying to me. Freddy just picks her up and shoves her in his mouth chest hole. That was a really weird sentence. Anyway, good job, Stillwell. Moving on. We're able to find the inhibitor just as Freddy the Headless Himbo kicks a wall across the room, and in the nick of time, we're able to put the mask on. And Freddy just disappears. I wonder if that means anything lore-wise. Like, maybe that could explain some of the stuff in Security Breach? Anyway, once we get away from Freddy, we end up back in a vent. Music Man shows up, and usually I'd be pretty scared, but now the trauma is making me feel nothing. So after some walking and spooky atmosphere, we end up in Roxy Wasteway again.
Where?
Gregory tells us that Roxy is the final security node, and we gotta 86 her to save him. But something's up with his voice this time. It seems like glitchy, and I swear I heard other voices mixed in with his. I could be crazy. Or tired. Probably both. We end up finding Roxy, and she's pinned under a forklift. I guess she wasn't certified. Cassie goes to her, and Roxy starts talking about the past.
Your special day. I remember. Your special day. Do you still like carrot cake? It has been some time since I saw you last. If I remember correctly, it is on the 11th. I remember because you are number 1. Twice. Have you booked your party? I'm sure your friends will show up this time.
This scene is oddly touching. From what I can tell, it seems like Cassie had a birthday here. Probably because her dad works for Fazbear Entertainment. And it sounds like no one showed up, but Roxy was there. And that meant something to Cassie. And it's really odd to see Roxy being so kind and gentle. Usually she's just crying or jumping through walls trying to kill us.
Cassie? What are you doing?
So sorry.
I love carrot cake. Happy birthday, Cassie.
Roxy. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God. That is so fucked up. That poor girl just had to kill her friend. Dude, what the fuck is going on in this game? I'm surprised how effective that scene was. I actually felt sad the first time I watched it. Gotta give it up. Good job, Stillwell. Seriously, I don't know how you did that, but good job. That's the kind of stuff I want to see more of. Rest in peace, Roxy. You'll be missed. But don't dry those eyes yet because it gets way worse. Trust me. With the final security node down, we descend into the sinkhole to save Gregory. And as we move forward, you can hear Cassie choking back tears. And again, it is very sad. I feel really bad for this girl. She has had one hell of a night, you know? And just to kick the girl while she's down, at a certain point, the fucking flashlight just stops working. Like, damn, man, give the girl a break. She's stuck underground in this grotto with falling water and glowing mushrooms. Yo, where the hell are we? Is that the Candy Cadet from FNAF 6? Oh, they pulled out the big guns for this DLC. The lore community finna go off with this shit. As we venture into the depths of the FNAF 6 pizzeria, we see a little glimpse of the burn trap ending. Like the room with the charging station and TV. Eventually, we find a room with a forklift and a computer. When we activate the computer, we're given a prompt. What?
Gregory! Gregory! You okay?
You saved me! You saved me.
Gregory? I'm Gregory. You're not Gregory. What are you?
I'm Gregory.
What?
Get out of here! Run!
What in the cinnamon toast fuck is going on here? Roxy's alive? Oh, and I guess we're just running for our lives now. That's just perfect. Okay, let's take a step back. Everyone, this is the Mimic. It's a character from the book series and it kills people. A lot. Apparently it tricked Cassie into coming here to kill her. Why her? I haven't the slightest clue. Maybe because her dad worked here, or maybe it has something to do with her birthday, since that's been brought up multiple times. All I know is that this is a lot to throw at the player in the 11th hour, right? To be fair, they did drop a few hints along the way, like all of the whispers and the fact that all the endings involved Gregory leaving in some way or another. But, you know, I keep up with this stuff pretty regularly, and even I was a bit confused when all this happened. And now we're out here just fighting for our fucking life.
My wrist!
Cassie, it's me. I think I need to explain a few things. You were never supposed to go to the pizzaplex. That thing in the sinkhole tricked you. I really don't know what it is, but it's been trapped down here a really long time. The Mex's security program was designed to keep it hidden, but you shut down the security, and now it's free. It's not your fault. I know you did it for me, to save me, but we can't risk being followed. I'm sorry.
Gregory? No!
Yo, Gregory is a fucking demon, man. He really just let that little girl die. I'm at a loss for words. I did not see that coming. Fortunately, there are two other endings. The first is when you're running from the Mimic, you can take an alternate path and find this AR Fredbear. When you run into it, you're given a scene of Gregory, Helpy, and Vanessa all sitting on a hill eating ice cream. It's clearly harkening back to the one that's in Security Breach, and I wish I had some kind of insight or a joke to say here, but the truth is I got nothing. I have no idea what this is saying or implying. The only thing coming to mind is I don't think this is the good ending, even though everyone in the community is calling it that, because to me it feels really grim, you know? Talk to me in the comments. Tell me your thoughts. I'm really curious about this. In the third ending, the Mimic is wearing a creepy-ass mascot costume, and if you find some hidden cameras throughout the game, some secret doors will open up, and when you get to the final chase, you can take an alternate path again and lure the big fugly into the scooper room. that, ladies and gentlemen, is Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Ruin. And I gotta say, I had a lot of fun with this game. I think Stillwool really delivered this time around. The atmosphere was excellent. Overall, it felt more scary and tense. They had a good pacing, and they did a lot of cool environmental storytelling too. The only negatives to me are, there are a tad too many questions and not enough answers again. And I can't shake the feeling that a lot of what was brought up in this game is just to kind of set up Help Wanted 2. Which, I guess is fine, but I still think it's important to make sure that this game had more of a solid ending, or at least the endings were a little bit more clear. But those are just my thoughts. And at the end of the day, it was a lot of fun. Thumbs up to Stillwool, you guys did a great job. I'm Fasa the Silver Chimera, and as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to thank everyone who watched my security breach video. It's actually doing really well, and that makes me really happy because I put a lot of heart in that video. And I had a blast making it. I also want to start a new tradition. I want to give a shout out to the QTC Question Block 4440. They said, wait, how the fuck is this comment section empty? This guy is kind of high quality. No shit, it's good. Funny, and a smiley face. Thank you so very much. That comment put a big smile on my face, and I hope you enjoyed this video too. You know the whole song and dance at this point. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you want to keep up with all my uploads, make sure to ring my bell, if you feel so inclined, of course. Please leave a comment down below, and maybe I'll give you a shout out in the next video. Who knows? I guess you'll just have to leave a comment and see, huh? If you don't know what to say, how about Blurple Bunny? That seems right to me. Well, I gotta get back to working on other videos. Got a lot of stuff getting ready to come out, so stay tuned for that. I will catch all of you beautiful people next time.